all to come to the casa. I invite each one of them to come. He says, I'm going to help them. And so he said to me, there's 2 women in this group of 80 pictures that I have seen before. And so it's never John of God when you go before him, the man. It's always one of these entities that's incorporated in him. And this particular entity is known as Dr. Augusto. And it was Dr. Augusto. And so afterwards I was just perplexed. I'm like, okay, this guy sees hundreds of pictures a day. How is he going to remember 2 out of my group? And I was told that Dr. Augusto promised John of God he would never ever forget a picture. And so when I wrote back to my clients and told them that, sure enough, there were 2 women who had sent their picture down to him 5 years ago. And that just kind of made my heart sing. So in closing, I'd like to read to you an inspirational message from the Casa. John of God is a very, very humble man. He cannot read or write. He's a shrewd businessman, though. You know, one day God told him to buy this land, and he was a very hard worker, and he'd become a master tailor, and he had saved up 28,000 Brazilian dollars, and that's all he had in the bank ever. And of course, this land cost 28,000 Brazilian dollars. And he said he tormented himself for over a month about giving up his life earnings to purchase this land in the middle of nowhere. And he purchased that land to build his home on, and underneath the ground was all emeralds. And he became an emerald miner and a very wealthy man. And so he says in 1978 that he established the Casa Dom Ignacio upon the blessed land of Abajana, the sacred ground, he said, where God placed me to fulfill my mission. He says that he does not heal anyone. The one who heals is God, who in his infinite goodness allows the entities to use me as a tool, providing healing and consolation to my brothers and sisters. I am truly only an instrument in his divine hands. Having been a gem miner, I have learned that in order for a precious stone to show its true beauty, it must first suffer the process of refinement. Likewise, each child, a rare diamond of creation, must be polished in order to realize their superior destination. Great suffering is generated as a consequence of the world going through great transformation. In the midst of this, the ability to sustain our lives and strength must reside in our trust in the Supreme Being, who is God. So finally, I leave you with the words of Christ in the Gospel of John. This is my commandment: love one another as I have loved you. So today I have been refined. Today, God has polished my life. Today, God has given me the gift of service to others. And as long as my days are numbered on this planet, on this dimension, I shall be of service to humanity, creating light and joy and peace as long as God allows me. Thank you for having me today.